Hi, I'm John Sage. You've probably seen me in my manual wheelchair on our websites, sagetraveling.com for the European destinations and accessiblecaribbeanvacations.com for the Caribbean destinations. I hope the accessibility information that you've seen has been both educational and hopefully inspiring. Um, I am not able to actually talk to you personally about your trips for next year, but I have a team that I've personally trained who can handle everything you need for your vacation needs in 2018. Today, what I'd like to talk to you about is my top 10 list for 2018. And there are quite a few really great destinations on this list. So with that, let's get started. Number one, this is a new addition for our destinations. I spent 2 weeks this summer researching accessibility in the Alps, and so what we've got planned for you is a stay in Salzburg, where you can explore Mozart, Sound of Music filming locations, and the true story behind it, and Hitler's Eagle's Nest. It's really an incredible place. I love Salzburg. Then you can take an accessible train to Munich, where you can see the Bavarian palaces, World War II sites, of course, the Munich beer gardens and beer halls. And then the last stop would be Interlaken, where you can see glaciers, take gondolas up to the top of mountains, and see the top of Europe. It's absolutely fabulous trip, and you can do all this in about 10 nights. The next one, number two, is 7 nights in London. This is one of the easiest and one of the most popular packages that we've done. In London, you're going to have great accessibility. You will not have language barriers other than a few different terms here and there. But there is a ton of stuff to see. Royalty with the royal family, castles, museums, theater. You can also take a day trip out to Stonehenge. You can see the picture of one of our clients there. It's a great place to go, particularly if you've never been to Europe before. This would be something that you should really take a look at. 10 nights in Italy. This actually, while the London one is very popular, this is our most popular. So we do 10 nights in Italy. And it's typically what we do is we do 4 nights Rome, 4 nights Florence, and 2 nights Venice. And so in Rome, you'll see some of the top sites that you've always heard about: the Vatican, Sistine Chapel, Colosseum, Roman Forum, Trevi Fountain, Spanish Steps, Pantheon, a whole bunch of other stuff. In Florence, you'd see Michelangelo's David, the Uffizi Gallery, Ponte Vecchio Bridge, Tuscan wineries, and a whole lot more. Florence is one of my favorite places too. In Venice, there's no other city like it, obviously. You can go to the Piazza San Marco, which is St. Mark's Square, the Rialto Bridge, world famous. They now have an accessible gondola, which I haven't done myself, but we've had some clients doing it. It's supposed to be pretty awesome. You can do all this in 10 nights using accessible trains, and I've inspected accessibility at all the hotels, and our tour guides have been working with us for years. So this is a great way to see Italy. 7 nights in Tuscany. So if you've already been to Italy, or if you just sort of like a little slower pace and a little less sightseeing, this is an awesome trip. And this is actually one of sort of our hidden gems that we don't get as many bookings as I would think, because it is an awesome trip. You can visit Tuscan wineries, medieval Italian villages, castles, beautiful countryside, really relaxing atmosphere, and we can put you in an accessible villa on a hilltop surrounded by wineries. I've inspected all the properties that we use and that we offer. This is a really great, relaxing trip. Cooking lessons. We can give you a flight sightseeing tour using a plane that's pretty easy for disabled people to get in. There's all sorts of stuff to do. So definitely want to do this one for you. Okay, now switching gears a little bit. So moving away from Europe, you may not know, we also have a Caribbean website. So this is 7 Nights Western Caribbean. It's on Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas ship, and you would have 3 accessible shore excursions: Mayan ruins in Cozumel, waterfalls in Jamaica, and sea turtles in Grand Cayman. This is and there are other options too, but this is what we recommend, and this is a great, easy trip that you can do while still staying in North America and not having to do any of the overseas flights. The Eastern Caribbean, I don't have a specific ship and sail date listed here because the hurricane came through and a lot of the ships were damaged, and they're changing the itineraries right now. But a few of the things that you can do in the Eastern Caribbean: swim with the dolphins, British and Spanish forts, mountains, beautiful mountain jungles, and also beaches with beach wheelchairs. 14 Nights Southern Caribbean. This is to visit some of the Eastern Caribbean islands. And again, some of those are not taking guests right now because they were affected by one of the hurricanes. But you can visit some of the Eastern Caribbean islands and then go down and visit the ABC Islands, which are Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, which have not been affected by any of the hurricanes. Moving back over to Europe, these next two are our group cruises. So these are a huge hit. They're escorted by a safe traveling employee. You get to make new friends. We have people that have traveled. They met friends on the first trip and they've traveled together 4 straight years together. So this is a great way to meet friends from all over the place. And on this cruise, this 9 nights Mediterranean cruise, you would be able to visit things like the Sagrada Familia Cathedral in Barcelona, villages in Provence, Florence and Tuscany, Vatican and the Colosseum, and the Roman ruins of Pompeii. And all of those short excursions are fully accessible and they're included in the package. We are also doing a Baltic cruise. The Baltic is somewhere that generally it's not the first destination that people visit when they first go to Europe, but it is an awesome trip. So you can see the canals of Copenhagen, Brandenburg Gate in Berlin. You can see one of our clients there on the right. Old Town Tallinn in Estonia, Peterhof Gardens, and a bunch more to see in St. Petersburg. You actually have 2 days in St. Petersburg. The Esplanade in Helsinki, and the Vasa Shipwreck in Stockholm. Those are just a few of the things to see. There's a whole lot more, but this is really a great cruise. And the last one is, if you have a special occasion, if it's an anniversary or a birthday or a retirement, or maybe there's no real reason at all, but to do a longer stay, like a 3-week trip. And what we typically recommend and what people typically book for a longer trip is London, Paris. We can now fit in Switzerland because of the research we've recently done, and then also do Italy, Rome, Florence, Venice. So this is one of the longer trips that we have. That's it. Those are my top 10 for 2018. All of these are great trips. I don't think any of our clients have done all of them, so there's something for everybody here. And whether you've done a trip with us in the past and you know how we work and the accessibility inspections we do and the 24/7 emergency support, you know how we operate and you know the reliable nature of our accessible vacations that we provide. Or if you've never booked anything with us before, give us a try. We make these trips really easy, and you get to see and do more than you ever thought was possible. So be sure to contact us early in advance to make your reservations, and we look forward to hearing from you.